So I've been in Greece for 2 months now, and every single month I've exhausted my internet from my phone, from my subscription, in the first week. I mean, right now I have an extra cost of 53 euros on my Vodafone subscription and 100 and something euros on my other subscription, Digi. And as you can imagine, this kind of setup is not very sustainable, especially for me. I mean, I upload dozens of gigabytes of videos every week on YouTube. That's a lot for a small internet phone subscription. So, as the title of this video states, I've purchased a STARLINK subscription. For those of you who don't know, STARLINK is Elon Musk's company, internet company, and it uses groups of satellites orbiting the Earth to project high-speed internet anywhere on the surface of the planet. It's actually an awesome idea. Almost all the sailors I know have STARLINK. That being said, this is not a miracle solution though, because right now, for political reasons, there are some areas and some countries that don't have access to this service. This service is blocked in certain areas and countries. But if we look on the map, you have access in all of Europe, which I'll be sailing this year, Tenerife, a part of the Caribbean, South America. I mean, sufficient to satisfy my internet needs for the next 12 months. And STARLINK have different kinds of subscription. Mine is the Roam version, and it costs 300 euros for the equipment and 60 euros a month for the subscription. I will not, however, have access to internet in the middle of the ocean. Not with this subscription. I will only have access probably 20 kilometers from the shore, but that's about it. Which is very impressive. It's more than a 5G connection on my phone, obviously. There is, however, a subscription, it's called Maritime, with which you will have access to internet on all of the oceans, planets, oceans. There is, however, a Maritime subscription with which you will have access to internet everywhere in the world, at least on the oceans. But there's a caveat. It costs 2,500 euros a month. So the package came relatively quickly. Here in Greece, it was like 5 working days. And in the box, things are very minimalistic, as you would expect. There's the stand, there's the antenna, the modem/router, and a power cable. And these are the only instructions. The setup is also quite simple. You connect everything, you put the antenna in a place where you have to make sure it doesn't have an obstructed view of the sky. You open the app, click a few times, and that's it. The setup is ready. The antenna will automatically position itself so it faces the satellites. It takes a few seconds to boot, and then hocus pocus, you have internet. And high-speed internet. I mean, I have 250 megabytes of download, which is quite good. As for the modem/router, it's over here. I've stuck that on this wall with sticky tape. And it's upside down because the cables are here, so I needed the cables to be up so it goes, in there. I had to run the cables through the bathroom, through the rooms. It was a nightmare, but I did it, and I'm very proud of myself. The installation took probably a few hours, but it was worth it. I mean, rather than having cables all over the place, they're neatly tucked. You can't see them. So after a bit of investigating, I've concluded that the only possible place where I can put the dish is right here next to the solar panels. I mean, over there in front of the boat, there's no question I cannot put the dish because it will be obstructed by the sails and all the rigging. So the only possible place, it's here. There are some disadvantages though. It will create some shade on my solar panels, so the solar panels won't function 100%, but I'm willing to live with that. So what I had to do is slide these solar panels to make some room for this stand, put the stand in, then back up the solar panels to their initial position, well close to the initial position as possible. And then the stand, I've tied it with these this plastic, what do you call them? Plastic thingies. It's not the most elegant solution, but it works. It's pretty sturdy. And there's a saying, if the solution looks stupid, but it works, well, then it's not stupid. The cables run all the way through here with the cables from the solar panels, and they run through the same hole right here as the cables from the solar panels. I had to drill some holes through the fiberglass because the holes were were too small, obviously. But yeah, after a few hours of doing that, I've managed. I've siliconed everywhere, and yeah, it works. Then the cables go all through the boat, through the rooms, through the bathroom, all the way to the control panel. So I had this subscription for a week now, and I had no problems. Everything runs like clockwork. Well, there is something you should know. A few times during the day, the satellite dish follows the group of satellites. It follows it in real time, so it adjusts its position to face the satellites. And when the satellites disappear over the horizon, the satellite dish repositions itself to face the other group of satellites, a new group of satellites, which it tracks all the way to the horizon. So during this time, there are 5 seconds of internet darkness. You won't have access to internet during these 5 seconds. I've caught 5 seconds during the day at one point in which the satellite dish repositions itself. But yeah, apart from that, everything's all good. I mean, it's satellite internet, it's not cable internet. So yeah, there are these disadvantages, if you will, but it's not really a deal breaker. So yeah, so far so good. So yeah, this is the video. I gotta go because I have a lot of stuff to do still on the boat. Next week is Splash Day. Officially, your brother Hashu will be on the water. Thank the universe, because it's a long time coming. But yeah, I gotta go do some more work. Have an excellent day wherever you are in the world. See you in the next one. Bye.